Hi everyone, this is Dawn here for Soul Simple Life Shifts. Today I want to take a look at the topic of time, and the shift that we're making here is around time passages is from a looking at time as past, present, future, as segmented, and entering into the experience of the eternal now. So there are a couple of different aspects to this. Let me just read through some of the ones that I identified earlier in my long list, which would be the past, or the way we've done it before would be we're praying for a time, or we're waiting for an opportunity that's out there. There's again this idea of waiting or preparation or wanting or needing. And the shift there is to shift into a whole new way forward by seeing that we really manifest our destiny by living fully in the opportunity that is here and now. So now is an acronym that represents for me your next opportunity window. And that helps me to remember that whatever is my connection to what it is I desire, or some new experience to explore, it happens in the moment of the now. It's not out there. It's not as if I have to seek external permission or indicators that then will open up the opportunity actually exists now. So there's a distinction I want to make there, because obviously we can be supported by stepping into a new experience or a new portal of opportunity, but it's a nuanced thing there. What is the shift is that it's always available to us. It's there in some form. It may be in the formless, not yet brought into or manifested in our lives. But when we do that, when we make that shift to now being our next opportunity window, we are fully present. And fully present means we're bringing all of who we are in, and that includes past and future. It's really a big spiral anyway. It's not segmented as we have thought about it in the past. But that's one aspect of this. Another similar aspect is, so many of us we basically are in our minds over and over again living in a past reality and trying to change it or recreate it or go back to something that seemed better than what we have now. Or we are very future oriented, and it's always about hoping and visioning and reaching and striving. Again, the focus is scattered because it's pulling us away from what is now. And so the shift is to bring all of that here by being fully present in the moment and finding joy here. And that can include whatever we choose to bring forward from the past, and whatever we choose to reach for that we see as our future, and bring it into the now and actually live it in the now. So another one of the items that I had on the initial list was peace and happiness delayed to the future versus, again, peace and happiness through presence. I don't think I need to go into that. It's pretty much what I just said on the second one. And then waiting for the right time, or delay, versus choosing now. This idea of choice is one that is super important here, because we have to continuously choose now, choose to be fully present, choose to fully embody the moment, to open ourselves to all that is there to be experienced, and then to trust that we will know how to transmute or transform anything that is needed in terms of sift through. In other words, I'm not saying we accept everything, but really being open in the moment of now is another facet of this. Putting your life on hold. This is something many of us grew up with. At least if I'm in my 60s, so anybody who's lived through, I would say anybody over about 30 or 40 will definitely have experienced that, right? You're putting your life on hold until, when we pay off the house, when we have kids, when we have $200,000 in our savings, whatever it is, or even smaller little milestones that we make for ourselves. We often delay our experience of what our true desire is in time because we think more time is required or other circumstances must happen in a logical sequence or order, when in fact that is not always the case. And when we can shift into a whole new way forward by saying yes to our life today and stepping into that fully, what begins to happen, over time, is that there's a dissolving of the boundaries that we have erected that were actually just things that we made up in our head. And in such a way that we can actually begin to experience, when we're saying yes to our life in the moment of the now, we can begin to experience the fullness of what it is to live, to come to life and live in full expression. In religious terms, there's the idea of heaven as a distant place of perfection out there, or a fulfillment of a life well lived, or something that's granted to us when we make a certain choice or decision. And the shift would be then to step into the kingdom of heaven is here and now within us. And then the idea of time itself being finite, or there being a limited time, limited space, and shifting into divine time and sacred space, where there's that radiant expansion and all is expanded from within. So that's the shift in terms of time passages from past, present, future to the eternal now. I want to read actually a very short passage from my book, Cultivating Essence, called Time Passages. There is the time you have known by the ticking of a clock, and there is another experience of time that is much different. You speak of time standing still. This is sacred time, a moment infused with a promise and fulfillment of a lifetime. The truth is, you have all the time you need. Not only is there no need for hurry, there is also no need to wait. The time is always now, and there is always time, and that time appears to meet your need. It also slips by if you choose not to live fully into it. Redeem your ticket to ride. Take all the time you need. So I think that that's just a good reminder of, stepping into this experience where there's no need to hurry or no need to wait. And we are so accustomed, right, to using time in that way, to we've got to speed it up, got to slow it down. Well, what if instead we just step into the moment of the now and see that there's all the time we need, and we can take the time that we need, and we can choose to fully live right here and right now, in the midst of all that is changing and all the passages that we are undergoing and the passage of time itself. I think that, we're in a time, it's funny to say we're in a time right now, we're in a transition or transformation right now, humanity itself. And I've certainly experienced a shifting relationship with time over the last 10 years for me. And I dip in and out of it. And it's interesting to observe yourself with time. So that's definitely one practice I would recommend, is observe how you are engaging with time. Is it very regimented and fragmented? Is it time as your ruler? Is it time as an expansion? Just play with, how do you engage with time? How do you see time? And then how are you experiencing time? And you can look at that, as in our traditional markers of time, like minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades. But you can also look at that as, again, the experience of the now. Like when I look at this day, how fully was I present to myself, my whole self and my soul self, and to what was right in front of me? That can really tell you a lot. I think time, again, our relationship with time is changing, and I think that there's going to be some significant shifts over the next decade for us. Another Soul Simple Life practice I want to give you, actually two, is to use those two acronyms I mentioned. Now being your next opportunity window, and yes, I may not have said what that one was. I think of yes, say yes to my life. Yes being stands for your experience of success. I made that up for myself because I noticed a long time ago, gosh, really when I was a teenager, but significantly in my 30s and 40s, and particularly when I left career opportunity and had my own business, and people were using these measures of success that were very traditional, how much money do you make an hour a week, how much do you make a year, as if like there are set things. And in terms of time, how much did you get done today, and how many hours did you work this week? Well, there's a whole different way that I personally flow through time. Had a conversation once with somebody very wise who saw that in me and was able to give me some very, very good insights about how I could move, like basically extend that and move through like 3 months of this and then move into 3 months of the other, and it becoming like a wave. So yes is the acronym. The reason I came up for your experience of success is because I realized, like, every time I try to go back and do the success like other people said that I should, it just absolutely destroyed me. It took all the joy from my life, for sure. And then the other thing it did was it's just not the way that I am. My body and my soul are designed to move through time. I believe our souls actually each, depending on where we originate from, have their own time signature, if you will. And also our bodies at times need, like, when we're sick, obviously, but also at times as we age, or just at times when we've been through a very stressful time, our bodies are going to need more rest. And so we will naturally need more, need to stretch what we are trying to achieve into longer segments of time if we're looking at time traditionally by the clock. So yes, your experience of success, and now your next opportunity window. Just play with those acronyms, and throughout the day, ask yourself, am I fully here right now? And in this moment of the now, as I'm engaged fully in this experience, immersed in what I'm doing and who's right here and what is in front of me, where is the next opportunity window within that presence, full presence? And also play with the idea that you are pulling from the past and the future, if you so choose, and bringing that all into the present, which pieces you would like. So now, what's my next opportunity window? Now. Come center, embody the now. And then, yes, what is your experience of success in life? Life being an acronym to come to life and live in full expression. So what is my particular experience of success as I am bringing myself more and more and more into the moment of the now and coming to life and living in full expression? What is my experience of success, the way that I choose to define success, and how does that flow through time? How do I flow in the moment of the now, and how does that experience of success and me connecting to my next opportunity window from the moment that is here and now, how am I radiantly expanded in that? And where's the meaning and the movement and the momentum in that? So that is all about time passages. That's what I got for you. Play with the idea of time and how you can create time, how you can expand time, how you can move through time, flow, find your forward flow in time, but not be fixed to time, because that becomes a false center point. And then our circumference is defined by time. And that what we want to do is shift from that to the eternal now, to time that is expanding and made full by our occupation of it, by our residence in all of who we are in the moment of the now. All right, hope you got something from that, and I will see you tomorrow.